Have you ever poured your heart into someone, sent thoughtful messages, showed up consistently, even changed your habits to impress her, only to be met with silence, or worse, indifference? Meanwhile, that guy who barely tries seems to have women gravitating toward him like magnets. Why? Here's the unsettling truth. Women don't fall in love with your effort, your looks, or even your stability. They fall in love for only two deeply wired subconscious reasons, both rooted in survival, not romance. And once you understand them, everything changes. Not just your dating life, but how you see connection itself. Stick around, because what you're about to hear might rewrite every assumption you've ever had about love. Let's be honest, most advice about attraction is surface-level noise. Be confident, dress better, just be yourself. But if that worked, you wouldn't be watching this. I used to think love was about compatibility, shared hobbies, similar values, or chemistry that just clicks. Then I studied thousands of relationship patterns, from evolutionary psychology to neurochemistry, and interviewed women across ages and cultures. What I found shocked me. Time and again, regardless of background, education, or personality, women's attraction wasn't sparked by kindness alone, or even consistency. In fact, many nice guys remained invisible, while emotionally unavailable men triggered intense longing. Why? Because the female brain doesn't evaluate love the way we think it does. It's scanning for two primal signals, so subtle, so ancient, they operate beneath conscious awareness. These signals aren't about who you are, but what you represent in her nervous system. One signals safety, the other, possibility. But here is the twist. Most men accidentally trigger the opposite of these signals without even realizing it. They over-explain, overgive, and overstay, chasing connection while unknowingly killing attraction. So what are these two hidden triggers, and how do you activate them? Without manipulation, games, or losing yourself? The first reason women fall in love. Emotional safety, but not the kind you think. It's not about being predictable or nice. Real emotional safety is the quiet confidence that you won't collapse under pressure, yours or hers. When a woman senses you're anchored in your own worth, she feels safe to be vulnerable. But if you seek her validation to feel okay, if your mood hinges on her replies, that creates anxiety, not intimacy. Her brain reads that as instability, and instability, danger. Now, the second reason is even more counterintuitive. She falls in love with the version of herself she becomes around you. Not your car, not your job, not your six-pack, but the feeling she gets when she's with you. Does she feel seen, inspired, playful, alive? Psychologists call this self-expansion theory. We're wired to seek relationships that help us grow. If you reflect back her potential, her intelligence, her courage, her fire, she'll associate you with that expansion. But, and this is critical, you can't tell her she's amazing. That feels hollow. You have to evoke it, through curiosity, through challenge, through creating moments where she surprises herself in your presence. Think of it like this. Love isn't something you give, it's something you unlock. And here is where most men fail. They focus on proving their value instead of creating space for her value to emerge. They talk at her, not with her. They try to fix her pain instead of holding space for it. The magic happens in the gaps, the silence after a deep question, the pause before you respond, the trust that lets her lead sometimes. That's where attraction breathes. These two forces, safety and expansion, must coexist. Too much safety without expansion. She'll respect you, but feel bored. Too much expansion without safety. She'll be excited, but anxious. The sweet spot? Being the calm in her storm and the spark in her stillness. Now the darkest truth, the one few will admit. Women don't fall in love with who you are. They fall in love with who they believe you could become and who they could become with you. This isn't about potential, it's about narrative. The human brain craves story, and if you don't give her a compelling role in yours, she'll write you out. Even worse, if you appear figured out, too stable, too content, you become a closed book. No mystery, no growth arc. And without that, Love dies before it begins. But here's what really breaks hearts. Many men become emotionally transparent too soon, not to connect but to relieve their own anxiety. They dump their insecurities, traumas, and needs onto her, mistaking vulnerability for intimacy. That doesn't create closeness, it creates burden. True emotional safety isn't about sharing everything. It's about containing your chaos so she feels free to explore hers. It's about being a harbor, not another storm. And the cruelest irony? The more you chase her love to fill your emptiness, the less lovable you become. Because love isn't found in pursuit, it's found in presence. In not needing her, but choosing her. That's the psychological trap. The moment you need her to feel whole, you signal scarcity. And scarcity repels the very connection you crave. So what now? Stop trying to be loved. Start becoming someone worth loving. Not by her standards, but by your own. Practice grounded confidence. Speak less, listen more, and let silence speak for you. When she shares pain, don't fix it. Say, "That sounds really hard. I'm here." That's safety. And evoke her brilliance. Ask questions that make her think deeper, laugh louder, or see herself differently. What's something you're proud of that no one knows? That's expansion. Most importantly, do the inner work. Heal your attachment wounds. Clarify your values. Because you can't offer emotional safety if you're running from your own shadow. This isn't about tricks, it's about integrity. When you're aligned within yourself, you radiate a quiet magnetism that needs no performance. And if she walks away, good. Because love shouldn't feel like begging for a seat at a table where you belong. So I'll leave you with this. You weren't born to chase love, you were born to embody it. The right woman won't fall for your efforts. She'll fall for the peace in your presence and the fire in your purpose. Now ask yourself, are you building a life so compelling, so authentic, that love doesn't have to be earned, but simply recognized? If this hit home, drop a heart in the comments. Share it with someone who's chasing love when they should be becoming it. And subscribe, not for more dating hacks, but for deeper truths about the human mind. Because the greatest relationship you'll ever have starts with you.